this is Kenny Clark, and this is Lombardi's Bar.
This is one of my favorite podcasts to do.
I'm just, blessed and thankful to be a part of this podcast. It's a great podcast. It's a great interview.
Maybe I know that you guys, obviously being the best Packers podcast that's out there.
I had Malort this weekend, so I'm not tasting anything.
Oh, good.
He did.
God.
He did. That was fantastic.
Because they said, "Did you ever try Malort?" And I said, "No." And then they said, "Do you want to take a shot of Malort?" I said, "No," but I did.
Wait, who said
It's called
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
I tried to get in a high honors English class once, and they called my parents and were like, "Hey, just tell him he can't do it."
It shows. It really shows. I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the Packet. Oh God, damn! Can we let's cancel live stream? We'll start again. We'll try again. Welcome in, everybody, to Lombardi's Bar. Thank you for joining us. I'm your bartender, Dan Kotnick. Hope you all are still living off of the high from Thursday's game. 3 Thanksgiving Day wins in a row for Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, and the Green Bay Packers. It's always a great time when you kill Lions fans' dreams. And guess what? We get to do it again on Sunday and get a chance to cancel the dreams of the Chicago Bears. Let's get these guys in here. Jimmy Christensen, Todd Varney. How are you guys feeling after Thursday's game?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a really hard time coming up with pay the tab. One, my memory is not great. So like Thursday was a minute ago. But also, like I'm not Dan. I'm not going to nitpick after a win like that. I'm not calling for the head coach to be fired. Rich B is always a good one, but like I'm feeling good. It was a nice win, especially given the struggles they've had, to see them come out in a moment that I think a lot of us were kind of expecting the worst. And for them to come out and play like they did was nice.
Yeah, it was a hell of a win. Just letting Love be a little more aggressive. We ran the ball well too. Like, I think that got overshadowed by Jordan Love having a hell of a game, but like Josh Jacobs at one point had 10 carries for like 66 yards. He was doing really well. He banged up his knee again a little bit, so I think that might have been also played a part to why his I think they were expecting the run at some point, but Matt LaFleur is ballsy. I was an absolute psychopath at Thanksgiving. I didn't sit down the whole game. I had apologized to my grandma multiple times because I yelled right next to her while she was on the couch. I was like, "I'm really sorry. This is why I watch the games alone, but I don't have a choice today." But that game was amazing.
Which game was more impressive or more impactful? Thanksgiving this year or Thanksgiving 3 years ago, that first win over the Lions?
I just said I barely remember Thursday, and you're asking me to go back 3 years, Dan?
That's
recency
fair.
bias
Fair.
This year.
Okay.
I'm going to go opposite, Todd. I'm going to go the first Thanksgiving one against the Lions, because I think that it came off the Chiefs win, and I think that was kind of the first time that season when we're like, okay, Jordan Love is the guy. Like, this team actually can be good, and that's kind of sparked that playoff appearance from there. So I think the first one was more like impactful, but I'm not going to lie, this year it felt good for my pettiness with just the Lions beating us twice last year and all the trash that we had to hear them talk about for the last couple seasons. So sweeping them this year was definitely more of a personal petty satisfaction.
Yeah, I think if you were to say, like, the season ended right now, right? And let's just, like, hypothetically, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur never played or coached for the Packers again, and you have to say, okay, from Thanksgiving this year and back, That's the Matt LaFleur era. Which Thanksgiving game was most like? Which one stands out the most? It's the first one because no one expected you to win that game, and you came in there and like there was the big Christian Watson pass right off the bat and just kind of punched him right in the mouth. That was the year like Detroit was, really on the up and up, and I mean that's when they went to the NFC Championship game. They were the team to beat in the NFC. You went in there and you kicked their ass. But I think Jimmy's right. Like in terms of now, this game was about reestablishing the hierarchy of the Lions are below Green Bay, right where they should be. A division sweep, first time in 5 years, and doing it in a way that the Packers really just kind of held serve the entire time. Like they didn't dominate, but did just everything they wanted to do. And that's I think maybe more impressive than coming in and being like the underdog like 3 years ago and just coming out and dominating the way that they did. I thought was really impressive.
Yeah. They always had an answer too, which was the best part. Like anytime the Lions got a smidge of momentum, to your point, to going into the dominating, like it did not last long because we rebounded right away with explosive play of our own or a touchdown and all that stuff. So it was, yeah. Anytime there was that anxiety of like, oh, is this going to be now where the Lions start going? The Packers shut that down real quick.
Yeah. Would have been better. The weekend would have been even better if the Eagles had been able to take care of business on Friday. Instead, we now live in a world where the Chicago Bears are the number 1 seed in the NFC. I do love like all the hype around, like, oh, like look who's at the top of the NFC. It's the Chicago Bears. Like, even if the Bears, I'm pretty sure even if the Bears sweep the Packers, knock on wood, God forbid, they still have like the lowest probability to finish with the number 1. Like this is just pure happenstance that they just, this is like, them falling in shit and coming out clean. This is not very impressive saying the Bears are the number 1 seed in the NFC right now.
But we can also admit, if it was the Packers, the number 1 seed, we'd be talking.
Oh, I'd be shitting all over everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Shit. Then yes, I agree. It's not impressive for them.
I mean, I'll give the Bears a little bit of credit. I mean, they're doing things that are non-typical of the Bears traditionally, which is they're winning close games. They're finding ways winning in general, but they're finding ways in games where we're used to seeing them piss down their legs. They're making a drive and winning the game. They're putting themselves in position to hit big field goals to win games. And that's, like I said, typically a place where the Bears go, hey, if we score here, we win this game. And then they walk out and turn the ball over on second down. And it's like, well, okay. Or you just lose the game and you're the Bears. So, I mean, I'm not going to completely write them off going into this one. It's a tough league to win this many games. And it doesn't matter who you're playing. Upsets happen all the time. Typically, it's not one team upsetting a team every single week. They're winning games, and they've got a good football team. And I think Ben Johnson's got them pointing in the right way. I think it was a real lucky circumstance that they ran into the weather that they did in Philadelphia, but I mean, to run the ball like they did against Philly, and then you've got Devontae Wyatt out for the year, you've got Lucas Van Ness not practicing. Like the Packers have been struggling against the run the way it is, and now you're missing some guys, so it could be a dogfight.
Yeah, I don't expect this to be an easy one at all. Like it's going to be you mentioned it, they did well against the Eagles, and Ben Johnson, as much, and honestly, I like when people are petty. So even his comments about LaFleur, as much as I'll crap on it, I like it. Anything to kind of juice this up, but he is a genius at run scheme and making DeAndre Swift look like one of the top backs in the league. And whatever homeboy is behind him with an M. I can't say his name.
Manungai.
Manungai. They look great. But one thing was hilarious is he came out and said, like, we're winning in spite of our pass game. So, like, he knows Caleb Williams sucks right now. And for him to bluntly say it, I mean, you might as well bluntly say it. Everyone knows it. The one thing with them, though, is like they really are thriving on things that are not sustainable. Like maybe this season, because we saw the Vikings do it too. That season they lost to the Giants in the playoffs, but they're living on, like you mentioned, Todd, those one-score games. That's not a year-over-year thing. Like they have the luck this year on that, but it's not something you can rely on. We saw that hit the Chiefs this year. Last year with one-score games, they were like 10-1, something insane, losing them this year. And then the turnover margin is kind of like how the Packers were last year. We were getting a bunch of turnovers, and now here we are with like bottom of the league amount. So it's how they're winning it's just not sustainable football, but it could last all season for all I know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're playing a little above their skis, I think, which, like Jimmy said, I don't know if that's sustainable to build yourself into, you can't build a dynasty or anything off of that, but can they win? Can they compete next week or the next 5 weeks or, whatever? Fuck yeah. I mean, it feels really similar to the Packers team from 2 years ago when Jordan Love first took over and everyone was kind of like, what is this team? Are they, what are they doing? So yeah, it's going to be a challenge. And I think, like I said, it's nice to finally have this game fucking mean something for once. It's been, I think I was reading the last time that this game meant something. It was the Randall Cobb 4th down conversion in Soldier Field that sent the Packers to the playoffs. It's like, that's really the last time this game had any sort of stakes attached to it.
What was that, like 2014, 2015?
It was 2012.
Oh shit. Even longer.
2012.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta be right back. My son is making noise. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was listening to what was it called? The Tundra Talk, whichever Schneidman and Kuhn's podcast is. He said to another time where there was actually an exciting Bears game was when it was perked up Rodgers when he went out in that first half and then came back with a comeback. But besides that, I guess last year's, they were close games. We won because of Carl Brooks' middle finger. And then, yeah, the last year's games against the Bears were not ideal. Okay. Thank you, Pickett.
Thanks, Matt. Good looking out. Way to promote other people's shows on ours. That's fine. No free ads.
Dan started off with welcome to Pack-A-Day, so I think that ship has sailed a long time ago.
Yeah, we're hiring, by the way. If you know someone or you yourself would be a good host, we're ready to fire Dan at any second. We just need a replacement ready to go. And much like what the Bears are doing isn't sustainable, relying on Ramage every week is not sustainable. So
this is how you know Lombardi's bar is officially back. You're firing Dan. It hasn't happened all year.
That's true. It's been close.
What'd I miss? Repeat the last 45 seconds of the show, please.
Todd's trying to replace you.
Yeah. As soon as we find a replacement, you're gone.
Fair.
And Jimmy declared that now we are officially back.
Yeah, he hasn't threatened to fire you all year. It's kind of been depressing.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into buy around here. Jimmy, who would you like to buy around for?
Yeah, this one won't be long. It's just Devontae Wyatt. Obviously out for the year, had a gross injury. When they showed kind of that slow motion on the replay and you just see his ankle snap, it's like, oh yeah, homeboy's gone. So he was having a good year. Michael Parsons absolutely loved him. He made the comment, like, hopefully he still gets what he deserves as in an extension this offseason. So we'll see if that happens, but just sucks for him to go out, and it leaves a big hole in the middle of our defense right now.
I think the Packers will do right by him. I think even no matter, they said it sounds like they're worried that he had tendon injuries as well, along with a break, which makes it tougher to come back from. But I think the Packers have shown that if they view somebody as the future, or as a part of their long-term future, they make the commitment to do that. And I think they see Devontae Wyatt, especially after trading Kenny Clark. I think they see Devontae Wyatt as that guy, as that future. So yeah, I agree. It was really tough and it sucked even more that he got hurt on that amazing Micah Parsons sack, because when you watch that replay,
God, I love Micah Parsons sack.
You're waiting for the Micah Parsons like money shot, but then you like right before it, no matter what angle you're watching from, you just know that right there, that's where Devontae Wyatt's season ended, was right there, and it sucks.
Yep. Do you think he's worth an extension right now, though?
Micah Parsons? Yeah, I think
Not
so.
Micah Parsons. Sorry, I'm going back to Devontae Wyatt. I zoned out for a second.
I mean, I think he's got one more year, right? After this,
Yeah,
he finished.
up his fifth.
This is his 5th-year option coming up. Yeah, I mean, I think they probably do something similar to what they did with Christian Watson, where you sign a 1-year deal to give him the time to fully heal over the season, or not to rush things to come back, and say, yeah, like we want you to come in here and prove it again next year when you're healthy.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal, is buying that extra year at a reasonable price, based on he's going to get paid decent money next year and might not be able to play a full season. I think if you can get him that Christian Watson type situation, give him the time next year, not have to rush back, come in, play when he can, and then have a season going into free agency, giving the Packers a chance to see, okay, does this guy still have it? And if he does, then let's get a long-term deal done. And if he's still slow, if he's not recovering like they wanted to, if he just doesn't have that twitch, then okay, enjoy free agency.
I just wonder if he'll do that, though, because like Watson did it, because that would have been, they didn't have the 5th-year option on him, so that's kind of his year. Since they already picked up his 5th, I don't know if he would want to wait even longer to get a long-term deal. But I don't know how many teams are going to want to give him a long-term deal with coming back from that, especially if there's ligament damage, just because you don't know. So yeah, it could definitely be possible. If that's an option, I would definitely jump on that, because he's by far our best interior defensive lineman.
Yeah. Todd, who would you like to buy around for?
Marshawn Lloyd. Just looking at history here, it's going to be a very small window of time that we have to appreciate and buy him around. So while he's here, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then we'll let Jimmy buy one for him in a week or two when he goes back on the IR.
Yep.
And he just, even just seeing him at practice, like, he's so twitchy, so fast. Like, there's got to be a way to get the ball in that dude's hands. And if he can stay healthy, you get him 5-6 touches a game, even just to see what happens. And I think finding places to get him on the field is going to be tough. But if they can work him into that offense, like, that could be a lot of fun.
What's weird with him is, like, he went on IR for a hamstring injury, and then right now they're saying it's his calf. So did he heal the hamstring and then hurt his calf while he was out, and then that just prolonged it even more? Or that's the part where I was confused about. I was like, wasn't he out for a hamstring this whole time?
Well, that's Jaden Reed was his shoulder, and then he was listed last week as shoulder and foot. So who knows?
And it's like the calf the calf bone's connected to the hamstring bone, that kind of thing. Like, it's all kind of related, right?
Yeah, you took anatomy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been excited to see what Marshawn Lloyd could do since the night that we drafted him. because that was before. I'm trying to remember back now. Was he drafted before Josh Jacobs came to the team or after?
After.
I think after. So I think the idea was always kind of like, okay, they're doing this with, to set up Marshawn Lloyd to be the future, a year or two from now, and then move on from Josh Jacobs when he becomes too expensive or wants the next deal or something like that. And, I think it was also a little like PTSD of like, I was still recovering from moving on from Aaron Jones, a guy who was drafted as a Packer and, came up through the team. And I was excited to see another guy kind of explore that same pathway. And he's just been sucks. Like he's just like having the worst injury.
Speaking of Aaron Jones, I tweeted today, I was talking to my buddy. Remember that 45 minutes when we thought we were going to have
I tried
Jacobs and Jones in the backfield? That was so awesome.
I'm still chasing that high.
That was incredible. That
was insane.
We don't like that was almost as big as the high that came from getting Micah Parsons. Like Micah Parsons is top tier, but for that window of time that we had both of those guys, incredible.
Yeah.
So it was my buddy Eddie that I was talking to, and he brought up a good question. Is there another we can say Packer? He was asking Wisconsin athlete in general that left a Wisconsin team and was still loved as Aaron Jones. I thought like Jordy, when Woodson left, like those were a couple, but the fact that
Ray Allen,
the fact that Aaron Jones went to a division rival,
right?
And people and Packer fans, like, I don't think if he would have scored a touchdown and jumped in the stands, I don't think he would have got shoved out.
I don't think so either.
I mean,
don't bring up Giannis. Don't bring up Giannis right now, you bastard.
I think it's still very early, but Kenny Clark, kind of on that same path. Not a division rival, but still, like it's always fuck the Cowboys,
Yeah, I guess for him though, like it wasn't his choice,
Yeah,
yeah. If he resigns there,
that's true.
Yeah, because he's probably gonna get cut after this year. Come back home, Kenny. Come back home. We got a spot right for you where Devontae Wyatt isn't anymore.
I mean, I think Kenny. What do you think? Is Kenny open to that idea? What do you think? If it was me, I would be.
I think
that's just a fine.
Kenny is open to wherever the money is.
Yeah. He's 30 going on 55 at this point in NFL years. And if a team personally for me, I'm like I've said, I'm petty. If a team just traded me, I would not go back in the offseason like, hey, can I come back for way less money now? I would just go somewhere.
But I would also I think there's also something to be said. Like I was the trade piece that had to be moved to bring Micah Parsons. I was like at least like a large fraction of what Micah Parsons is worth.
That's
kind of flattering to an extent.
And maybe he's like, fuck this. I want to play with Micah Parsons.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That feels too much like, I showed her how she should be treated,
that's how we would,
and then she went and got married. Like that feels rough.
I mean, we're seeing it through the eyes of a Packer fan that ends up playing for the Packers, and it's just like you wouldn't play for anybody else.
Oh yeah,
why would you consider it?
Yeah,
right.
You can come to Green Bay. You can come back to Green Bay, or you can go to Jacksonville.
Right.
Watch, he's going to be on the Vikings with Aaron Jones next year. I'll be so sad.
God, don't say that. I would like to buy a round for Detroit Lions fans, because these people here have been going through it the last week and a half or so. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, the GM, half of the fan base is ready to run them out of town for simply being on the playoff bubble at this point. And yeah, it's very funny and refreshing to hear a different fan base than ours. Like leading up to the game, it was like I was listening to Packer fans like talking
Yourself?
about
Yeah, I was gonna say,
myself.
you.
Yeah.
Just in the mirror.
Just this team, this fan base has never experienced any modicum of success in the past. And I feel for them a little bit because while they are trying to grapple with the pressure of expectation for the first time, their team is also on the back end just fucking them over with ticket prices, and the Detroit Lions organization is clearly milking these 4 or 5 years of success with Dan Campbell and trying to extract as much money out of this fan base as humanly possible. And people were calling in in the morning saying like, I'm giving my tickets away for under $50 than face value for tomorrow night's game against the Cowboys, which is essentially a playoff game for them. And they're like, I can't find anybody to take these tickets. Like, it's already like this fan base has already turned on this organization simply for being almost 500, which is what they would have killed their firstborn child to have 5 years ago. And so they're going through it. Yes, they are unsufferable. They're terrible people, but to see it happen to somebody else for the first time, you do have a little bit of empathy.
I don't. I love it. I hope they all are
Oh
miserable.
no, I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. It's very kind of you to have empathy. I don't. I hope it gets even worse for them. Miss the playoffs next year, get a top 10 pick. Like, I hope it implodes and they suffer for the next 30 years again. I hope it's like the Joe Harrington Lions all over.
The fact that Dan is like, a few weeks ago there was some group of dipshits on a Lions podcast talking about how Packer fans want Matt LaFleur fired and we don't know anything. And now Dan's like, well, they want their coach fired.
Well, because they worship Dan Campbell more. No, but Packer fans in general like and appreciate Matt LaFleur as a head coach and see what he does. Nobody worships Matt LaFleur like they do Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell his face is plastered on he's like Krusty the Clown. He's got his name plastered on everything around this town because everybody loves Dan Campbell. And just to see this fan base flip on him as quickly as they did, because they realize all this whole thing, the Detroit grit, all of that, it's all just a marketing thing. When it comes down to it, you have to have something else built on that. And I think a lot of the fan base got sucked into the whole, it's great, it's dirty, this is the Detroit Lions, and weren't prepared for what happens if we don't meet those expectations every once in a while. And so, yeah, True North, I set time there from 2 to 6 is the best show on the ticket in town if you want to hear somebody just rail on the Lions. So I do set time apart to listen to this.
I respect it. It's tough having expectations for your team, and Lions are finding that out
for the first time in ever. It was easier. It was easier when you just got to be the aw shucks, we're trying our best, Detroit Lions. Edwin, did Ben Johnson make Dan Campbell? There's Lions fans saying that they picked the wrong coach, that they shouldn't have let Ben Johnson go and should have made him the Lions head coach. Let's jump into to pay the tab here. I'll start off with this here. Until we win a Super Bowl, it's still Matt LaFleur in perpetuity. But I'm also gonna call out the schedule makers. This is week 14 we're coming into, and it's the first time we're seeing the Chicago Bears Like
Don't worry,
Christmas
we'll see
music,
him in 2 weeks.
Christmas music is solidly on the radio, and we get the first time of Packers Bears this season. And like Jimmy said, not only that, but we get to sandwich it between an AFC team and then Chicago Bears again. Like that, this should be illegal. I don't know why the schedule makers decided to make this schedule like this. Like they kind of it fucks over. It fucks over the rest of the NFC North. It fucks over the Packers. It fucks over the Bears. Like it doesn't work for anybody. It sucks. It's stupid. And do your job better.
Well, we said from the start of the year, like it was weird that we start the season with a division opponent and then we don't see another one until
Right.
the week before Thanksgiving or the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then you have 5 in the next 7 weeks. So it was always a weird schedule that way, at least division wise. But I can't even pretend that I'm able to put together a 6 or 17 game schedule for 32 NFL teams. I probably could chat GBT it and get it down correctly, but there's so many things that go into it. But it's a weird ass schedule for sure.
No, I think the schedule's been perfect all year.
I was gonna say,
Anybody who
Todd's
has
hated it
anything
since
to say
week 1.
about it is just an absolute idiot.
You love that mini bye after the second week.
Big
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. No, welcome to the fucking train, Dan. About time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we apologizing
Never
to
gonna
Christian
happen.
Watson's dad yet?
Never. For what? I didn't say anything about
I don't know.
Christian.
I don't know. I'm not on Twitter. I don't know
Listen,
what
dude,
did you
you
say
were-
to Christian
You were
Watson's dad?
disrespectful to the hitman. All right. Hitman's Haven is top-notch analysis, no BS. If you want real stuff, that's where you go. And you insulted him, and it's pretty
That's-
fucked up.
That's my bad for asking who did Cooper DeJean play against in college on the weekend of the hitman's son's wedding. That's on me, and I got to do better. But apologize to that dipshit? Never.
My favorite is when you got comments. Even Nagler was like, "He's a good guy." Then he big time you later, but he's like, "He's a good guy," but this isn't it. It's like, what do you mean?
I'm just pointing out facts. Dude was at his son's wedding. Look at the receipts. Doesn't make
It's
me
true.
a bad guy for pointing that out.
You were pretty much you were involved in Christian Watson's wedding. That is something you can let people know.
Yeah. It was pretty much
Top
there.
of the resume.
Yeah.
I was there in spirit because I'm assuming his father was rather angry most of the time.
Can you imagine?
He seems like a pretty even keeled guy that doesn't get real emotional about fucking everything.
Right.
I agree.
I bet he's super cool to live next to.
I like to picture Christian doing the mother-son dance at the wedding, and he's just at a table like this fucking Todd Varney. Just not enjoying it at all.
Yeah.
Look, Dad, they're cutting the cake. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, not now, Christian. I'm dealing with Todd.
Hey, Dad, do you want to say a couple of words? I'm saying something. Oh, into a microphone? No, I'm on Twitter right now.
Follow me on Twitter. There's my words. Todd, why don't you go ahead? Who needs to pay the tab besides Christian Watson's dad?
Injuries, because I'm over them. Like, can we turn injuries off for the rest of the year, please? Can we just get some dudes back healthy and play ball? Because it's just like seeing Devontae Wyatt go down, like we said, having a great year, like probably pricing himself out of Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then that happens. Van Ness just can't come back. Tried it, didn't work out. You've got guys, practice windows opening. Hopefully they can come back. Like it's dumb and I don't like it.
You know, in a weird way, it's actually working out pretty well for the Packers long term because like they probably if they hadn't signed Christian Watson, he's probably demanding a little bit more. He's going to be demanding more money going into next year based on the way that he's been playing since he came back. So you get him for a cheap 1 year now. And like you said, Devontae Wyatt probably pricing himself out of Green Bay after this season right now. And now you probably are able to get him on the cheap again for like another year and just kind of, roll that over a little bit. Kind of works out in a weird way.
Stop rooting for injuries, Dan.
I'm not rooting for injuries. I'm looking for the silver lining. That's all.
Todd, honestly, after you said you're having a hard time picking to pay the tab, I really wish you stopped talking after injuries. I'm over them and just move on from there. That was the
Fuck 'em.
Well, Jimmy, who would you like to have pay the tab?
Yeah, I just went with the refs. I know every weekend's like Todd, I was having a little hard time finding a player to pick.
Oh, I think we all took this very serious and crushed it this week.
Yeah. Luke Harvissick actually is my real the refs like it worked out for us.
I think you could stop right there.
Matt LaFleur did not call timeout. Whatever, it worked. Christian Watson had a couple DPIs that were just clear as day. And then you even look at other games where I think it was the Texans wide receiver. He slipped on a route. They call it on the Colts. Like, it's just every week. It's over and over again. It's like, these people are absolutely fucking idiots. But whatever. And we won the game, worked out.
I don't understand how they pick and choose where Sky Daddy gets involved, because there was one where they're calling a face mask and then they're like, oh, no, there was no face mask. So then have Sky Daddy say, hey, that actually wasn't pass interference.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Pretty easy to call that in real quick and take a look. Instead, I mean, we saw when they tried adding pass interference as a challengeable call. These refs are just such little babies that they can't handle like being wrong about something. And so when it's something that's a judgment call, how do you overturn a judgment call? Like, you really can't. So I'm with you, Jimmy. Great work this week on this one. You nailed it.
Fuck off, dude.
I mean, and then there was the one the illegal contact that kept one of the Lions touchdown drives where the wide receiver just runs headfirst into the defender and Tom Brady's over there, like beep boop bop. Yep, that's illegal contact. You can't touch him down the field. It's like, shut up, Tom. Like, those New England Patriot teams are the reason pass interference and illegal contact gets called the way it does now. Tom Brady and the entire Patriots dynasty ruined football for all of us.
I'll give it to you. I hated that.
In what ways? That fans start wanting their coach fired when they're still above 500 and look like they're probably going to make the playoffs. But
how is this coming back to me? Why are we not all just uniting and hating Tom Brady and the Patriots?
I don't hate Tom Brady. I have no beef with Tom Brady and the Patriots. You want to hate someone because they win?
Yes.
No, it's the Tom Brady injury changed how we have to officiate defenses hitting the quarterback. Those Patriot defenses were so dominant that they changed how they officiate defensive coverage.
They were what? They were
so dominant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They changed it. They changed it so that to try to level the playing field against one team.
And so we're supposed to hate the team that was good?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, yeah. They're the problem.
Loser mentality.
I am on team hate Brady and Patriots, but Rodgers and the Packers are also responsible for you can't land with body weight on a quarterback anymore too. So we also played a part in that bullshit. But back to the refs. The other thing, call a hold on Michael Parsons just once a game. It happens every play. You don't even have to see it. Just throw the flag and say it, and it's happening. It's at some point. It's insane. He can go so many games without a hold getting called on him because he is held on every single fucking play. I hate Cowboys fans. I made fun of them for it when they were like, Michael's always held. It's like, okay, never mind, guys. I apologize. You were correct. he is held on every single play.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Throw up the Jimmy is right.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're crushing it tonight, dude.
I don't.
No, you're doing really good.
I don't like this.
All right, let's jump into what's on tap. Talk about this game on Sunday against the Bears. We talked a little bit about it, but yeah, I am, for once in a long time, I am nervous about playing the Chicago Bears, and I like that to an extent. It means that the rivalry actually means something again, but then also I really don't like fucking losing to the Chicago Bears. So let's not do that, gang. That's my pep talk for Matt LaFleur. Throw me in there Sunday afternoon. I'll get the team motivated.
Get them all greased up.
Get them all nice and oily.
I'm with you. This is the first. I am nervous for the game. My sister and I are going to the game. Shameless brag right there, but it's that run game is just so good. And without Devontae Wyatt in the middle, we saw how the Cowboys, their run game picked up in the second half for them. Granted, Dak Prescott was playing crazy, but even thinking about the Carolina Panther game, like we've seen teams where they're just willing to run the ball on us and march down the field little by little and control time of possession. And that's worked for multiple games. We saw that with the Browns game. The Cardinals try to do it. They mainly use McBride, but the Panthers game for sure. It's one of those things where if we cannot even just minimize the run, because I look back, like the Panther game, bad. Like we sucked against stopping the run, but then you look against the Lions and we've done great twice now against Jahmyr Gibbs, who is arguably the best running back in the NFL. So it's just, I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I should be super worried or just know we have a good run defense, even though at times it doesn't feel like it. It's one of those things where if we can force the ball in Caleb Williams' hands, I feel way more confident in this game, because even in the games that they've won, they have a couple turnovers every single game. So as long as we can capitalize on that, not have another New York Giants game where we drop 4 interceptions, like it should be something that we can control and handle. But it's not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination.
I think sell out against the run and make Caleb beat you. Like at this point, he has the weapons to do it. But I think if you just, you're not going to manage, you're not going to own time of possession and just run the ball. If you want to do this, make Caleb win it.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Edwin bringing up who can spy Caleb, I think this game is going to be won and lost ultimately by Quay Walker and Evan Williams. I think those two are going to be the linchpins of if this defense can contain Caleb and stop the run. Evan Williams is having a tremendous season, his best ever. Quay Walker is he's playing himself right out of Green Bay the way that he's playing. Those two are really the crux of what's gonna work for this defense. On the flip side, we haven't really talked about this. It's gonna be a really big test for Jordan Love and this team that isn't turning the ball over. The Bears, like we said, the Bears are forcing turnovers at a tremendous rate, and whether that's luck or whatever, you can't feed into that momentum. Like that's something teams will kind of live off of a little bit and kind of buy into. Don't buy into the hype of this defense. Just execute exactly how you know how to do it. I'm not worried about their pass rush that much, so just sit back there, find the guy, execute. Should be good.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into our bar bets. Wrap this up. Bar bets in conjunction with Prize Picks, not presented by or affiliated in any other capacity. Let's start one day. One day. Let's start with Romeo Dobbs. Over under 3.5 receptions for Romeo. Jimmy, where do you go?
I'm gonna go over in this game. I feel like he's been quiet the last couple. I feel like it always goes to a new player. With Reed returning and potentially Matthew Golden, I think defenses will have a lot to worry about, and it'll kind of set Romeo Dobbs up to kind of be that security blanket for those underneath routes when you have to worry about Christian and Golden going deep and the yak with Jaden Reed. So I think he can kind of be that forgotten player. Find the soft spot in the zone. So I would go over 4 Bakhtiaris.
Todd?
It's hard because all the reasons Jimmy just said make the under sound really appealing in that you're probably getting Reed back. You're probably getting Golden back. Christian Watson's been turning it on. I haven't checked the weather for the weekend. I'm guessing it's going to be cold. Might look to run the ball more.
Like a high of 15.
That's balmy. I'm going to go 5 Bakhtiaris on the under on this one.
Yeah, I also think I'll go 3 Bakhtiaris under.
Damn it. Mostly
because Romeo Dobbs for a long time, he was the guy, right? Like he was anytime a wide receiver was making a catch, it was going to be going to Romeo Dobbs. It was going to be making a play. Christian Watson has come back to this team and has it's a different player. He's running routes better. He's just more dangerous. And he's really just kind of inserted himself into saying you can't afford to not throw it to me because I'm going to catch the ball. I'm going to put myself in the right position to make the play. You have to throw the ball to me. Yeah, and I think all those other things that you mentioned too of Jaden Reed, another mouth to feed. They probably continue to run the ball a little bit more. Yeah, I'll go under there. Jordan Love over under 29 pass attempts. Speaking of how they're going to run the ball or handle the offense, Todd, where do you go?
I'm gonna go 5 Bakhtiaris over. I think we're gonna see him throw the ball a little bit more, spread it around. If you've got all your weapons back, use everybody as much as you can.
Jimmy?
I'm following Todd. Yeah, 5 Bakhtiaris over. I think LaFleur is going to continue the aggressiveness this game and let Love air it out.
Yeah, I'll go 4 Bakhtiaris over as well. It was great to see Josh Jacobs and the run game kind of pick it up the last 3 weeks, I guess, if you throw in the Giants there as well. But Jordan Love statistically is playing at an MVP conversation type level. You can't afford not to pass the ball when you have a quarterback playing like he is. So, yeah, I think they have to do that. Josh Jacobs over under 79.5 rushing yards. I'll start with this one. I'll go 3 Bakhtiaris under. I just think that knee injury is going to be nagging. If Marshawn Lloyd happens to come back, probably take rotation away from him. And Emmanuel Wilson has just been playing really good football too. So I think it's more 50-50 than people kind of see right now. So yeah, 70, that's 80 yards. That's no small feat for a running back, especially if you're anticipating to pass the ball more than 30 times in the game. So I'll go under. Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow on the under. I'm gonna go 5 Bakhtiaris under. I think everything you just said, and at this point too, there's more games where the running game's not performing than where they are. So it's hard for me right now to be like, yeah, it's gonna be over 80 yards for him, especially if Emmanuel Wilson would get some carries, depending on how his knee is. And I just think, yeah, to your point, if we're gonna think Love's gonna air it out a little bit more, obviously Jacobs isn't gonna get as many carries. I think he could still have a solid game. I just don't think he's going to get as many opportunities as we would think or normally see.
Todd?
5 Bakhtiari's under for all of those same reasons.
That's why he's one of the best analysts in the league.
Broadcasting school is really paying itself off.
Let's go to the Bo Melton question of the week. Usually we throw the pass break up there. Let's change it up. Does he score a touchdown this week? Because he
should have.
He is probably Jordan Love owes him something, dinner or something.
Well, they have him practicing in a white jersey now too, over his green. Remind me of gym class when they'd throw the random
the
bag
pennies
of
on,
pennies out on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason they just keep forcing Bo Melton into this offense. I'm not sure why.
So we're not saying like any rush attempts pass. It's just touchdown.
I don't know, Jimmy. Bo Melton is.
Does Bo Melton do anything?
Does Bo Melton show up on the stat sheet
outside of special teams?
Right. I'm sorry. Find out where he's going to be and just keep him there. I'm tired of seeing Bo Melton just show up randomly. He's fucking everywhere.
I love it personally. He plays. I'm waiting for him to get his first defensive snap. Like that's what I want more than anything. So he can play special teams, offense, and defense. Obviously, I don't want to be for an injury. Let's get a big blowout and just put Bo Melton out there just so he can have some snaps. But I personally love this Bo Melton experience, dude. It's fun.
Can we, since he is seeing more, can we pull this bet off so we can just fully enjoy the ride and not have anything wagering on it?
That's fine. I'm tired of Bo Melton being our Taysom Hill of this team.
Why do you hate it so much? I feel like it's fun.
But find out where he is. Is he sticking on offense? Then just keep him on offense. Quit calling him a cornerback, and just put him back at wide receiver. I don't need the back and forth. Just put him somewhere and keep him there.
I don't think but for him though, like in his mind, this has to be like, oh, this is job security. I can play literally every team on this. I can play every unit on this team.
It's no surprise that Dan hates someone that goes both ways.
True social.
What does that mean?
Bisexuals, you hate them.
Think about it, Dan.
Sorry, I'll spell it out. I'll let you know.
We need to,
Jimmy. Appreciate it.
We need to redo this intro because I need Jimmy just going, bisexuals, you hate them. Just that clip in the intro.
That's all it is.
Kenny Clark, welcome to Lombardi's Bar. Bisexuals, you hate them.
Well, on that note, I think that'll do it for us here at Lombardi's Bar. Thank you, as always, to everyone in the chat who's conversing, keeping it lively, sticking around with us. Appreciate it. You guys are why we do it. So thanks for making it fun. We'll be back again next week talking about maybe the number 1 seed Green Bay Packers overall. But regardless, we'll be here to talk about that next week. So make sure you subscribe. You get notified when we go live on the YouTube channel. At Lombardi's Bar and all the socials is where you can find us. We are there in the little white bubbles as well, if you want to follow us everywhere. For producer Matt, behind the scenes, for Jimmy, for Todd, I'm your bartender Dan saying cheers. And as always, go Pack Go.